Alright, we are live. Welcome back, everybody. I'm your co-host, Sir Randy Guy, along with my co-host Thomas. Welcome back to the Turnover Turds. What a week of sports. What a week of sports we had. Ah, some good, some bad, some ugly. Let's just stay with that.
Yep.
Let's start with the good. Joe Flacco. You know, a guy that I believed in. Some people doubt his abilities. I'm not gonna name names, but just some people. But I rode with them.
Five. Let's go.
I rode with
I was eating.
I rode with them all the way. It was my boy. But Thomas, I experienced the second game of Joe Flacco. Um, Thoughts?
Flacco played fantastically great. I was really impressed. He played a clean game. Gave the offense he was supposed to do. But no turnovers. Not many fouls. And he did that.
So, uh, all right. Well, I'm gonna say this: Thursday night, Joe Flacco became the quote unquote gun on the gridiron. Because he is just him. You know, so somebody somebody finally did see it through my eyes on Thursday Night Football. It just took a bit, but hey, it is what it is. You know, he became the god on the gridiron. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know about that. I don't know about that.
yeah. I'm just saying, god on the gridiron. That's all. That's all that needs to be said. All right. But let's say this: the Jaguars are back to being frauds. They did not do on the London game, but the only good news they have is Travis Hunter finally got his first touchdown of the season.
And they have a
Congrats
bye.
to him. And now the Jaguars are going to be under bye week, so let's see how they can do to clean it up. And then, no, the Rams. Matthew Stafford scored 5 touchdowns.
Matthew Stafford and Dennis has to be so happy right now.
Yep. He's probably on the MVP conversations. He's still on the MVP conversations right now. He's not my MVP, but he's somebody's. Next one, we got the Bears destroyed the Saints. The Bears, Caleb Williams still proved that he still is better than Spencer Rattler. Um, Mike Vrabel got his revenge game. Every Titans fan apparently cheered when he stepped out of the field because they knew how much he did well for the Titans the last before he got fired. So there is that. I think, but we also got to agree with this. Thomas, give me my gun. The Fields experiment is going to have to end. It's over. I cannot wait for Russell Wilson to be the featured quarterback of the New York Jets in the next couple weeks.
Well, I don't know if I'll say it on Twitter, but Aaron Glenn said they want a damn QB change. So, as it feels right now,
He did say a QB change, but he didn't specify. He did not specify on what the QB change will be. So we could see Tyrod Taylor. We could see someone else. So We'll see how it goes week 8.
I mean, listen, Jameis to the Jets.
Wait, what?
Jameis to the Jets. He has to
Jameis
move
is.
he has to move like what 4 feet.
They don't really have to do much. Just straight into the Jets, and he'll just be in a different uniform, just and a different practice squad, just the next day.
Exactly. It's the best option. There's no traveling. He doesn't have to go anywhere. He just has to show up at the facility at different times and days.
Yeah. Next one, we got the Tank Bowl winner, the Miami Dolphins. Give a round up to the Miami Dolphins winning the Tank Bowl. This
And as of right now, the time is 3:24 Pacific Standard. Mike McDaniel has not been fired and two was still starting. So that says
I
all
was
you need to know.
Yeah, and the amount of quotes or the amount of moments we have seen over the last 2 days after this game has been wild. There's just like it just feels like there is no accountability. Again, like we said that we've been saying it for the last like however many weeks now, 8 weeks, 7 weeks. There's just like no accountability. No one is like willing to step up. Leadership is lacking. This team is just over. I would say just say pack it up. But at least Kevin Stefanski lives to see another day and is excited that he does not have to start Shedeur Sanders for for any reason whatsoever. Dylan Gabriel saved the moment.
Keep on for one more week.
Yep. But I want to talk about a certain game that happened. It's one thing to score 7 points in one quarter. It's one thing to score 13 points in one quarter. It's another thing to score like 21 points in a quarter. But the fact you're able to score 33 points, 33 total points in one quarter, and somehow win the game is mind-boggling. The Denver Broncos, a team that was dead to rights for the entire game, somehow, in some way, shape, or form, were able to beat the New York Giants, who were 19-0 heading to the fourth quarter, somehow lost. I don't know what to put in words. The fact that the Giants defense is terrible. Their kicker just ultimately lost them the game. What do you even do? What do you even do?
I mean, today that's not the Giants. The Giants released that kicker, so that'd be one step away from it. But at the same time, the Giants didn't miss those leads. They would have won. Or hell, if they would have gone for two on that last touchdown to make it a 34-30 game, it would have gave Denver knocks. Denver would have probably won that game because I mean, yes, they got the field range fairly quickly, but they had to do a lot more.
Yeah, the Giants. We picked. I don't know. It's just because we jinxed the Giants because all three of us this week's in Pick'ems did not. All three of us had picked the.
It was
I think.
one Brandon Kerner of That's Good Sports, his wonderful curse wheel landed on the New York Football Giants.
So they're saying our Giants guaranteed did not did not cause this. All right. A team that should be considered on the fraud category. I think a team that's starting to look like a one-year wonder is the Washington Commanders. The Cowboys. Oh, what?
to say, the Commanders were without McLaurin and Tebow, but at the same time, I guess Jaden Daniels isn't just a one man show.
Yeah. And now Jane Daniels might be out again for another game. We'll see how that goes. But yeah. And it's Sunday Night Football. The 49ers, the Falcons, once again has.
Back up. We need to talk about the number one seed in the NFC.
Oh, right. Your number one seed, your new number one seed going into week 8. That is with a record of 4-1-1. The Green Bay Mother-loving Packers barely edged out against the Arizona Cardinals this past Sunday. I don't know how to feel the fact that you just see the number one seed you being like the Packers. Like, it wouldn't shock you, but then you just see the record and you're like, the tie is somehow saving them from being a lower seed.
I mean,
Here in San.
we lost was to the Joe Flacco led.
Yeah, the guy on the gridiron.
He wasn't then. He is now.
I like this.
Yeah. And then the Arizona Cardinals. Someone made a stat ever since a certain event happened. They've been 0-5. But even then, all of those games, one score losses. The Cardinals are here. It is. The Cardinals were their first loss were pretty much a Mac Jones less drive away from winning that game. A Seattle almost choke away from winning that game. An Amari DeMarcado touchdown away from beating the Titans. And then 2 game-winning drives from Jacoby Brissett away from probably being 7-0. But no, the Cardinals always find a way to shoot themselves in the foot, and everyone else 3/4 of the division is 5-2. One team is 2-5.
Well, I will say
Cardinals.
You are mentioning the Cardinals running back that fumbled on the goal line.
Huh? Yeah, that's why. They were more.
Listen. You need to mention the GOAT. The former Tennessee Titans wide receiver who won them that game.
I was gonna wait till we get to the end there to get the recap and get to the most important news. But
the greatest news walking into week 8.
I guess now that you mention it, a wide receiver who got the touchdown and his only touchdown of the season with the Tennessee Titans is now free. And a lot of Seahawks fans know him. A lot of Seahawks fans love him. And he is known as Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett asked for a release for the Tennessee Titans just yesterday, and he is now going to be a free agent and hopefully expects to sign with the team tomorrow afternoon. So he is free. I hope he comes back to Seattle.
Bring him home, guys.
Bring him home. But I mean, the only other team I could definitely see, there's been a few teams people are kind of predicting, one of them being Pittsburgh. People are saying he should go sign with the Steelers. Another one, which there's a wide receiver that currently got injured this past Monday. Unfortunately, he is no longer able to break the record of having 1,000 of consecutive seasons of 1,000 yards. Hope you get better, Mike Evans. And I mean, I mean, again, I'm not saying Tyler Lockett has to do much, but I'm just saying if you have a depth piece you could add, I feel like Tyler Lockett could do it. I feel like Tyler Lockett could be a nice depth piece for Tampa Bay. I mean, you also have the emergence of Emeka Buka and Chris Godwin on your hands too. So I mean, again, Tyler Lockett doesn't have to do much. He just has to be a depth piece. And the only other teams that probably could look for services is the Niners, who they released MVS, and the Las Vegas Raiders.
I mean, damn fraudulent Las Vegas Seahawks team.
Yeah. But I mean, it wouldn't surprise me because Jacoby Brissett is still looking for a trade. He just can't. He's just not in control on who the Raiders are going to trade him to. But well, Jacoby Myers.
Yes, quarterback of the Las Vegas Raiders, Jacoby Brissett.
But yeah.
Speaking of the fraudulent Las Vegas Seahawks, they got their ass whooped by the Chiefs.
Yeah.
They didn't even use their full potential, which I was scared.
It's funny that Gardner Minshew played that entire fourth quarter. That's how bad that loss was. That Gardner Minshew in the fourth quarter played the rest of that game.
Not
and then it got. Oh, go ahead.
Not only that, the damn Vegas Raiders didn't even have 100 yards of offense.
Yeah. And not only that, it gets even funnier. Kenny Pickett was about to get some snaps in the game.
Not only that, the Chiefs had more points than the Raiders had offensive snaps.
So yeah, I think it's time to. I think the Pete Carroll experiment might be a wash than really a success. Even though we like Pete Carroll, but I think it's kind of showing why Seattle let him go after the 2023 season. It starts showing more and more. Granted, the Seahawks roster from 23 was far more better than the roster the Raiders have in this year, but it's just like, I thought the Raiders were going to be like a decent team, not like a great team, but just like maybe a middle of the road team that could maybe be a sneaky for a wild card, but
Yeah,
they
that's
just
kind of what I was gonna say.
but they're just stinking. They just stink.
Not only that, the fucking Smith traded contracted agent like melt, and it did after even after the first game.
Yeah. And then now let's get over to the Monday night doubleheader, starting with Tampa Bay and Lions. The Lions, after a devastating loss to the Chiefs last week, bounced themselves back in a most impressive way. Even without their corners, they were able to somehow to lock down the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on their offense. Yes, you could say, well, they lost Mike Evans, they lost they make a Buka. I'm just saying, at least it's like, for the fact that the Buccaneers probably should have proved themselves that game that they probably would be the leaders of the NFC, which I mean they still can, I know this was a stinker of a game for them, but 24-9, that is a rough loss for Tampa.
I do have a question. I know that you and Anthony got you guys got signed up for the game training practice. Did you guys let you show up to the game, whatever? Did you guys have any reps?
They told us just to go far away from Ford Field as much as possible, like 500 yards, like.
Oh.
Yeah. They said our performance was so good that they couldn't show our impressive talents in Ford Field that day.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah.
I was very confused because I didn't go because I had my own personal business. I figured, I figured that like you two went and like maybe you guys got some good yardage, some like decent receptions.
No, no.
Okay, okay.
All right, and then let's talk about the late Monday night game, the 7 p.m. game, Seahawks and the Texans. I'll say this: the Seahawks defense has proven themselves time and time that they are an elite unit. No Withers, even with no Witherspoon, no Julian Love, Seattle knew what they had to do. Granted, yes, the Texans. It showed more about the Texans' offense that Bobby Slovic was probably not the entire issue. CJ Stroud tried his best, but his O line was not helping him at all costs. You're kind of silent. Oh, try again. Saying no. I hear background noises, but not the. Don't hear your voice.
We need to stay close together.
There we go. There we go.
Thank you. Fucking hell. I mean, there was a series in that game where the Texans had it was first and long three, and they ran it once, got down to the one, and then topped it up 3 different times. Which I'm surprised they didn't realize that you could throw a football from 1 yard line doesn't work.
I think because like Seattle was able to stop the run like this game, and even when and for some reason like there was this play where it's like okay there was like 3rd and 1. Houston ran for it. They got stuffed. And they're like, 4th and 1. Let's just do the same play again. And guess what? They got stuffed. Like, I don't get it by any means. I felt like you had a better chance with CJ Stroud throwing the ball than the Texans running it. But I mean, and then even then, it's like Seattle's offense, like after the first half, they didn't do any better. They they almost cost themselves the game with 4 turnovers, and yet Seattle still won, just mainly out of the defense really coming in clutch in all those drives. Um, but Click Kubiak, I want to say something. You have been better, but I really want to understand why bless you. Uh, but Clay Kobe, I really need to understand you why you can't convert on 3rd down. It's like our team is like our team was like yes thank God for JSN being like a baller right now, being a superstar and all these things. But it's just like whenever it comes to 3rd down, it's like we cannot convert on 3rd down for our lives for no apparent reason. It's like and eventually it's going to bite us. It's going to bite us eventually if we can't convert on 3rd down with our lives.
Listen, less screen passes, less less screen passes, less pitches, and maybe just like extend the play.
Also, stop with the trick plays, man. Stop with the trick plays. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Everyone sees what you're trying to do. Don't even like don't even try unless you actually have like a really good play that's actually going to work. But I mean, Seattle got the win in ugly fashion. They're going to go to the bye. Hopefully, the offense cleans up a bit. Hopefully, Witherspoon and Love is ready for the Sunday night game versus Washington in a couple weeks. So, I mean, but right now, clue. What
It's
are
your
we going to say? Who killed Manny? Who killed
maybe at this point.
I don't like this.
It's
But
kind of
yeah, I
that's why that's why my background is not consistent.
also, Thomas, I want to say something to a former teammate of mine, to a former coach of mine. You know, those comments he made about me, those were classless, but not surprised, man. Didn't realize you're still bounty hunting 15 plus years later through the media. You didn't see the. All right, so for everyone's not in the loop, Sean Payton made some comments about his former quarterback Russell Wilson this past after Sunday's game versus the Giants, and then Russell Wilson basically fought back or like tweeted back something earlier today or being like classless but not surprised. Didn't realize you're still bounty hunting 15 plus years later through the media.
You're fine.
I don't know how to feel about that. I would have if Russell Wilson, I would have just let that one go. Yes, I know he made some comments after you, but it's those ones. It's just like you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win the battle on this one. Don't do it. But yeah, but also coming up this week, or actually today and tomorrow, basketball season is back,
Finally.
and finally, and who will be the 2026 NBA champions, and why will it be the Detroit Pistons?
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Yeah, Cade, Robinson, Ivy whenever he's healthy, Duran, Thompson, ready to roll. We're ready to roll. Will we sign Malik Beasley back? Who knows? Who knows? But the Detroit Pistons are going to run through the East. That is a guaranteed. And y'all could quote me on that. Y'all could quote me on that.
All right. At 28 minutes, we'll come back to step two. The 28-minute mark. Put your money where your mouth is, motherfucker.
All right, and I'll repeat it again. At 28 from 28-20, the Detroit Pistons will run through the East this year. So there you go. You got it again. At 28-20, if you all missed the first time, I said it again. So there you have it. But yeah, but any other news that we want to mention, or are we just going straight to the pickups?
World Series predictions.
It's Kendrick versus Drake. Why don't we just say it's Kendrick versus Drake Part 2?
Team Kendrick. Still.
I like Kendrick, but you already know where my stance is with Kendrick's current team. So used to call me on my cell phone.
So last night, I'm gonna say this right now. Last night, the Mariners had a game 7 against the Toronto Blue Jays. They had that game won. It was in the bag. It was 3-1, and then going into 5-7. It's just all rumbled. Blue Jays had a 3-man run. It went from 3-4. It went to fucking 1-3 or Yeah, 3-1 to 3-4. The Mariners had 6 outs remaining. They get anything going. We had and we witnessed one of the worst World Series matchups in baseball history. Arguably worse than last year's. Last year's was terrible. Watching the game last year, knowing the Mariners were this close to finally getting it done. Watching it crumble before my eyes in the last game of the series.
Yeah.
It hurt hard. I cried for like 30 minutes after the game. I was devastated. I want to say next season. Fucking
on to the next. Yeah, dude, that is rough. That it's like it was right there. Like I don't know what to really say, man. I don't really know.
Run it back to back.
Besides that, but okay, I'm gonna leave it right there. I get it. I get it. I get why. But I'm gonna be Team Canada, even though because you already know why. I'm gonna leave it right there. But we're gonna go straight to the pick'ems now. Oh shoot! Wait, did I? Wait, no. Wait. Oh wait. Never mind. Oh, okay, I thought it didn't save my didn't save the pick'ems. So with all right. Well, I'm gonna just say right now. I forgot to write down the records for this week. So but I will tell you. Though. So this week, with a record of 11-4, Random Guy, got the W, and will be a record of with 68. Sorry, with 69-30. With a record of 69-38, and then Thomas with this week's record of 9-6 will be with 9-6. He will have a record of 61 and 61-43, I believe. I could be wrong, or
and one.
Yes. So right now, and Anthony, I will record his. Let me see just right now. Wow. Anthony with his record. So one. Oh God, Anthony just did not do well, but it's not looking well right now. One.
The guest picker he did not pick well.
With a record of 7-8. That's Anthony's record today or yesterday. So yeah, our guest picker Anthony went 7-8.
He was not cooking.
He did not represent Logan well. But anyways, let's get straight to the actual pick. I'm starting with Thursday Night Football. Vikings, Chargers. Chargers gonna wear their Supercharger uniforms, their throwbacks. And the Vikings are gonna start Carson Wentz once again this week instead of JJ McCarthy. So no McCarthy Harbaugh reunion, unfortunately. But it's basically the battle of the frauds here. Basically, battle of the chokers. Who can outplay who? KOC or Harbaugh? But I think who has the better roster, who needs to prove it right now, I got to give it to the Chargers. Give me the Chargers for the victory. All right, Thomas, who you got?
I'm going to go with the upset, and I'm going to pick the Carson Wentz-led Vikings.
Alrighty. And how about Miss Carey? Oh,
Chargers.
All right. The Chargers. Go Chargers, go. I'll be back. All right. All right. No London game this week, so we are now. So now we start with our first game, the Miami Dolphins and the Atlanta Falcons. I I don't know what to say about this game because we don't know what Falcons team is going to show up. But here is some news. Michael Penix is kind of kind of dealing with some injury right now. So, we could see Kirk Tober again. Unfortunately, he's not going to be in the podcast this time around, which is
why not?
unfortunate. Unfortunate things. The network did not want Kirk Tober back. There was a meeting last time after the Halloween episode. So,
I wasn't a part of that meeting.
yeah, the network just told me that Kirko Chains is gone because they want the Michael Penix show. But anyways, give me the Falcons. Dolphins are done.
I'm also going to pick the Falcons.
Falcons.
Wait, all three of us Falcons?
Yeah.
We are sweeping this.
Yeah, if the Dolphins, it wouldn't surprise me if the Dolphins win this game, just because it's like either the Dolphins win because we get the bad Falcons team, or the Falcons win because they actually showed up. So it's gonna be one of those two. All right, next one, we got the Jets and the Bengals. Joe Flacco revenge game here, once again.
What is there to talk about?
What is there to talk about? Okay, so we're either going to see Tyrod Taylor or we're going to see someone else. We don't know who. So, but anyways, Joe Flacco comes in clutch once again. Get the Bengals to 500.
Bengals will go back to 500, and they'll be one game closer to reclaiming that division.
Bengals.
Bengals guarantee. God in the gridiron is pleased. All right, next one. We got the Browns and the Patriots. The Browns got themselves a good win over the Dolphins, and the Patriots got Mike Vrabel got his revenge. Unfortunately, the Browns' happiness will end here. Give me the Patriots at home.
I'm also picking New England.
New England already.
Browns are better.
Browns are fucking terrible.
Browns are terrible. Go Patriots.
Okay. I thought she was gonna pick the Browns. I'm like, I want to see this upset then if this happens. Next one, we got the Giants and the Eagles. They just met like 2 weeks ago. Now they're back once again. This time in Philly. Philly, they got to get the revenge. They have to get the revenge. The Giants, they collapsed. This could get teams to like be season enders here, but I think the Eagles need the revenge. Give me Philly.
The Giants will complete the sweep. Give me New York.
No. Why? I'm going Philly.
Fine.
All right. Well, we got two Eagles and a Giant. If the Giants sweep the Eagles, we're gonna have to give discussions of the Eagles. Jackson Norrie looks good so far. He looked good last week. But Eagles, we got to talk though. Next one, we got the Buffalo Bills coming off their bye, going against the Carolina Panthers. Unfortunately, the only news on this one that Bryce Young is not going to play this week. We're going to get Andy Dalton. Look at this. Whenever the Panthers play at home, they look like the 2015 Panthers. But then when on the road, they just look like the Panthers we know in the last 2 years. Look. Here it is. If Bryce Young was playing, I would actually pick the Panthers. But Andy Dalton, give me Buffalo.
Give me Carolina.
You think
Easy
you think
upset.
the former Bengal does it?
Yeah.
The former Bengals are there.
All right, wait. What did she say? Which one?
Carolina.
Carolina. Alrighty. If Andy Dalton does it, then the Panthers at home is guaranteed victories. That's pretty much my takeaway will be that. All right, next one. We got the Chicago Bears going against the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens, another team coming off their bye in Baltimore. Lamar, I think Lamar's coming back in this game. So this is the game that the Ravens do need to turn around. This is do or die time. Chicago Bears coming off being 4-2, so this is a game they're being hot right now. 4-game winning streak, and this is going to be a big test for them. Uh, and you know what? Even though it feels like I should not bet against Lamar, I'm gonna do it. Give me the Bears. They've been looking good. I feel like the Caleb Williams is gonna carve up the defense. The Ravens apparently took away like their video games and pool tables and all that, so we'll see how that makes a difference. But yeah, give me the Bears.
I'm gonna go with my division rival and the Baltimore Ravens for a bounce back.
Yeah, so Lamar's coming back. You think it's gonna be like a shootout, or what are you expecting?
I think a shootout, but you know what? Give me Baltimore like 35-32.
35-32. I honestly think the Bears have the better defense. That's kind of where I'm leaning towards to. I think the Bears probably win like 28 to 24, but that's where I'm at. All right. What about our guest?
I also go Bears with you.
The Bears.
Bears. Bears. All right. Next one, we got a maybe good game. Probably not. We got the Niners going against the Houston Texans. The Niners, I guess Kyle Shanahan has kind of been pretty much proving on the thing that why he should be coach of the year. Mac Jones been looking amazing. I'm not sure if Brock Purdy will be playing in this game, but I don't think it makes a difference because the Texans have been looking. They have not been looking great. And they had every opportunity to beat the Seahawks on Monday night, but they couldn't. But with that, given the Niners, I hope the Texans pull the upset, but given the Niners.
I am going with the upset. We need the Niners to lose, damn it.
Yeah. Texans.
The Texans, all right.
Texans.
We'll see. Hopefully, will I be the jinx for the Niners, or will this actually be a good luck charm for the Texans? We are going to find out. Next on, we got the Buccaneers and the Saints. All right, division rival matchups are always weird. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming off of a very disappointing loss on Monday night, but the Saints, again, this is going to be a weird game. We could see the Buccaneers go to 5-3, but I don't think it's going to happen. Baker Mayfield's going to prove why he deserves MVP. Give me the Bucs.
I am going to take the Bucks as well. And this time you better show up the fucking championship.
Look.
You signed me to like
Look.
a fucking 3-year, $90 million contract.
Look. I don't have to show up because Tyler Lockett is going to cover for me if he signs with the Buccaneers. What did she say?
Okay, let's take the sweep, and I'm taking the Buccaneers.
All right, we're guaranteed Baker Mayfield MVP game type coming. All right, we're going to the afternoon game, or actually a second afternoon game. We got the Dallas Cowboys going to Denver, facing against the Broncos, who just thought, hey, we only could show up to the fourth quarter and win this ball game because the Giants are that bad. But guess what? Cowboys, I felt like they got off easy. I felt like they got off easy because the Commanders' defense was a little bit it's a little bit iffy this year, but they're going against the Broncos defense this time, and it's in Denver. Give me the Broncos. I'll be a believer again for this game. Yeah,
What time is it?
I'm not saying it.
What time is it?
I'm not gonna say it, man.
What time is it?
That's white boy season.
It's white boy season. We are running it back. Give me Denver.
Denver's
Denver.
gonna play like last week.
All right. Wait, so we're all guaranteeing Denver?
Denver's gonna play like last week.
All right.
I'm going Denver.
They're all show up in the fourth quarter. All right. Let's see how that goes. Next one, we got the Titans and the Colts. I mean, I feel like we don't need to go any more discussion here, right? Colts?
I'm gonna pick that one.
No. You don't get the switch.
I can't switch. I didn't
You
pick
do not
them.
get the switch.
I just picked them.
No.
Yes, I can.
No. You picked the Titans.
No, I did not.
Put that shit back.
I did not.
Look, I haven't marked it yet, so we're still.
Yeah, I didn't pick.
You fucking coward.
No, I didn't
Back
pick.
it up.
I didn't pick.
Fucking coward.
All right. Now or never.
Which one is it going to be?
I'm going Colts.
Fucking
All
coward.
right.
Most people
Thomas.
Colts because, it's fucking Daniel Jones season, but
I'm going Colts.
I mean, again, we have Jonathan Taylor scoring another 3 TDs against the Titans, so I mean that's possible. All right, Sunday Night Football, probably the key matchup of the week: the Steelers in their alternate uniforms going against the Packers in the Aaron Rodgers revenge game. After such long time, we're finally going to see it. Unfortunately, it's not in Green Bay, but this will have to do. And here's one thing I got to learn every year. Thomas, who is going to go to the Super Bowl?
Steelers going Super Bowl.
Exactly. Steelers going Super Bowl. I was thinking Packers. They are the better team, but I think this is a trap game. This is a game where everyone's probably doubting the Steelers after last week, and here we are. The Steelers bounce back. Give me the Steelers going Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers gets his quote unquote revenge.
What are you going?
Give me the Green Bay Mother Loving Packers.
All right. You're choosing Grossi.
Grossi over 3.
I don't like that. We're going Steelers.
All right. Oh, the maca tree. She chose the maca tree.
Democracy and communism.
And Thomas is a communist. Confirmed.
Yes, sir.
All right. Monday Night Football featuring teams that got disappointed losses on Monday Night Football in game-winning drives. We got the Washington Commanders, who Jaden Daniels may or may not show up in this game, versus the Kansas City Chiefs, who apparently, according to DraftKings, Mahomes is the favorite to win MVP for whatever reason. But I am going to choose the Chiefs. Chiefs are looking like the better team. They've been dominating the last few weeks. Give me the Chiefs.
I'm going to pick the commies. Bounce back win.
Even with Jaden Daniels possibly being out?
Give me the commies and the bounce back win.
All right. And the final one. Let's see.
I don't like that again. I'm going Chiefs.
Ew.
All righty. Well, these are all our pick'ems for this week. I know you can't see them, but wow, Thomas, you only picked like 5 road teams. But you know what? You're not as Kerry chose 2 road teams.
Fucking home field advantage goes hard nowadays.
So 11 games are 11 of the 13 games she picked her home teams. Such insanity.
Also,
But anyway,
the teams that are on the bye: Seattle, Jacksonville, Arizona, and
the Rams
yeah, LAR. So
and one more, and there's like two more or something. Let me look it up. I know the London teams are in bye week.
I know Seattle and Jacksonville are because I have a lot of those players in fantasy.
Rams and Cardinals are. Here we go. Oh, Detroit, Arizona, Detroit, Jacksonville, Rams, Vegas, and Seattle.
Oh, the Vegas. That was the other one. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, those are the bye week teams this week. So everybody, I hope y'all have yourself a good one. Y'all have a nice time. Y'all chillax and go Drake.
Okay.
Hey. I had to say it.
Okay.
Well, I just noticed your tagline. I just know your Cade is a fraud.
He is a fraud.
He won't be. He'll be carrying the Larry O'Brien trophy this year. I trust me, guaranteed.
Flip it.
Flip it.
51-30.
51-30. All right, everybody. Peace out. And I got nothing else.